Diet weary is what happens when we start to contemplate the beginning of another diet. We become withdrawn, sad, depressed, and we just don't want to think about it. Logically, we know that something needs to be done about our excess weight and or our relationship with food, but emotionally we simply cannot do it, not even one more time. We're done. We're ready to pitch all the diet books. We just want to get rid of them. We don't want to see another article or commercial about losing weight again. We're just done with it. Another symptom of diet backlash is that out of frustration, we start to eat even less food than our chosen diet plan recommends, because we believe that if lowering our caloric intake a little will create weight loss, then lowering our caloric intake even more will help us lose weight even faster. But when we choose to eat even less food than what we're supposed to eat, instead of more rapid weight loss, we discover that we have trouble losing weight regardless of the weight loss plan we've chosen and the amount of exercise we're squeezing into our already stressed and busy days. Another symptom of diet backlash is that the mere contemplation of going on a diet brings on urges and cravings for quote-unquote sinful foods and the fatty favorites such as ice cream, chocolate, cookies. Because of this perceived list of foods that we think that we're never going to be able to have again, we either bring our weight loss goals to an abrupt end, giving up totally, or we keep going only to reach our goal weight and celebrate by going on a food binge and feeling guilty. You know, there is a study that indicates that post-dieting binges occur in 49% of all people who end a diet. Diets can also lead us to a point where we don't trust ourselves with food in general. This is understandable because every diet has taught us not to trust our body or the food we put in it. Even though it is the process of dieting that fails us, the failure continues to undermine our relationship with food. There are also the feelings that we don't deserve to eat because we're overweight. After all, everyone you know has told you that you are fat because you eat too much. So perhaps it's time to just starve yourself. I know I've had times like this. It's just not coming off, and the only way for it to come off is for me to just starve myself. Have you ever noticed the shortening dieting duration? So we're seeing the lifespan of a diet getting shorter and shorter. Lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Lose 10 pounds in 7 days. Why is that happening? Well, part of it is because the more that we diet, the less time we can actually spend on the diet because our body will stop us. Every diet is preceded by consuming foods that we presume we won't ever eat again. Food consumption often goes up during this time. It may occur over one meal or over a couple of days. The Last Supper seems to be the final step before quote-unquote dietary cleansing. It's almost a farewell to food party. Since it's hard to stay on a diet and go to a party or out to dinner, it just becomes easier to turn down social invitations. At first, social food avoidance may seem like the wise thing to do for the good of the diet, but it escalates into a bigger problem. There's often a fear of being able to stay in control. It's not uncommon for this experience to be reinforced by, quote-unquote, saving up the calories or fat grams for the party, which usually means eating very little. But by the time that you arrive at the party, ravenous hunger dominates and eating feels very out of control. Did you know that each diet teaches the body to adapt better for the next self-imposed famine, or also known as another diet? The metabolism of the body actually slows as the body efficiently utilizes each calorie as if it's the last. So the more drastic the diet, the more it pushes the body into the calorie-pinching survival mode. Fueling metabolism is like stoking a fire. If you remove the wood, the fire diminishes. Similarly, to fuel metabolism, we must eat a sufficient amount of calories or our bodies will compensate and slow down. So, have you ever used caffeine to survive the day when you're dieting? Coffee and diet drinks are often abused as management tools to feel energized while being underfed. This we have to stop doing. Finally, for some, repeated dieting is often a stepping stone to an eating disorder ranging from anorexia nervosa or bulimia to compulsive overeating. And the truth be told, dieting has been scientifically proven to be an eating disorder all on its own. It means there's nothing natural about contemplating, okay, what's in this sandwich? How many calories are there? How much of the calories are comprised of carbohydrates, protein, fat? That's not normal. That's not natural.